Hey guys, what's up? This is CJ from FastPrice.com and today I'll be talking about the Redmi Note 7 Pro. Now the Redmi phone is doing pretty well in the budget segment, but on the other hand, phones like Samsung Galaxy M30 are catching up real fast, which brings us to the question, should we buy the Redmi Note 7 Pro? I mean, is it worth it? But before we do that, why not to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so that you don't miss out any cool tech videos from us. Okay, so just like the previous generation, the Redmi Note 7 Pro comes with heavy specs under a budget price. Our Redmi phone is a 4GB variant which starts at Rs 14,000, but there's also a 6GB option which you can get for Rs 17,000. Performance wise, no doubt about it, it's a blockbuster. That is because the device has Snapdragon 675, which allows games to run buttery smooth on the device. To test that, I played PUBG on this device, and so this is the kind of PUBG performance you would see on the Redmi Note 7 Pro. I have literally set it to full graphics, and as you can see, there are no lags when it comes to gaming performance. However, the issue in the Redmi Note 7 Pro is the small little lags that I found generally using the device, which kind of surprised me because on one side there is the gaming part where the phone excels, and then there's the other side which is routine day-to-day tasks where Redmi just disappoints. And it also slows down at multitasking, particularly when a heavy game is running on one end, which honestly I never expected from a Redmi phone. But if you want a seamless gaming experience in this budget, there's simply no better option than the Redmi Note 7 Pro. Coming back to the lags, what could be the reason behind it? Now, like I told you earlier, the Redmi Note 7 Pro is high on specs, which means it's probably the user interface to be at fault here, or the MIUI to be precise. But before we get into the OS, why don't we talk about the beautiful glass back of this device, so you know that the Redmi Note 7 Pro is mostly about wonders. So this time the Xiaomi device has a shiny gradient glass back, which is not just beautiful but also easily recognizable. Redmi calls it the new Aura design, and it comes in 3 variants. What I have with me is a Neptune blue variant, but there's also a space black and a nebula red, which looks more elegant if I'll be honest. Now, I'm very much in favor of the Redmi Note 7 Pro design, but there are these small little things which could have been more refined, I guess. Like it feels a little bit heavy because of all the glass build, also the camera bump on the Redmi phone which is seriously frustrating. But it's still a reformed design and I just can't get my eyes off it, particularly because of the reflective glass and since the smudges are barely visible. So for me, definitely a thumbs up for the design. But nothing has really put me off till now except this ridiculous large chin. For a point of reference, I'm using the OnePlus 6T so that you can clearly understand my point. Of course, it might not be that big of an issue for everyone, but it is for me. Now that we are talking about the black bars, let's not certainly miss the Redmi Note 7 Pro's dot-shaped notch at the top, which is little different from the notch on the OnePlus or the Galaxy M series. I personally prefer the OnePlus style because of the smooth curves on the notch edges. But which one do you prefer? Tell me in the comments down below. By the way, there's a third style which we saw in the Galaxy S10. So you might want to check our review on that. So the Redmi Note 7 Pro has a 6.3-inch Full HD Plus LCD display. I would say it's nice, like it is good in the sunlight. There is the option of changing the tone of the display if you want to increase the contrast or let's say a warmer tone. But I'll be honest here, it's not the best display in the price segment. And so if you're looking for a brilliant display to watch movies or let's say YouTube videos for the same price, then you can skip the Redmi and go for the Samsung Galaxy M30, which is priced at Rs 15,000 and has an AMOLED display. Plus, all of us know that Samsung puts best displays in their devices. Now coming back to the Redmi Note 7 Pro, it's a good display, like it has good colors, it is sharp, the color tones are well differentiated, but it's not something that you won't find in a lesser priced phones. Now let's talk about the USP of the device, which is the camera. The 48 megapixel Sony IMX586 sensor on the back, along with a 5 megapixel depth sensor. To test the reality of 48 megapixel, I went on a little field trip, and here is what I discovered. Okay, the basic performance of 48 megapixel is great. It clicks fairly colorful and sharper pictures, but you won't see a major difference from the default 12 megapixel, except for a few details it adds here and there. So basically, if you compare the images, you will notice no changes apart from the tags down below. But when you zoom in, you will notice the 48 megapixel is slightly more detailed than the normal one. I was more impressed with the AI scene recognition, like how it easily understands the scene and fills in the color tones. Also, the AI interestingly does wonders in the portrait mode as well. Like if you see this picture, notice how some guy photobombed it and the Redmi phone managed to keep both of them in focus. There's a separate night mode in the camera app and I think the pictures came out pretty well. Though the 48 megapixel doesn't help much in the details in the low light photography. Now one major issue with the Redmi Note 7 Pro camera is the 48 megapixel is not set to default. It's like 48 megapixel is a separate mode altogether. So it gets extremely frustrating switching it again and again. Also you will notice sluggish performance when switching from one camera mode to another. On the front there's a 13 megapixel single camera which clicks fair and sharp images, though they felt a little saturated. Again here also the live focus did wonders like in the back camera. Overall the camera is great, but the 48 megapixel lens which people are all hyped about does not add substantial amount of change. And Xiaomi didn't keep it as the default settings, so it might be the gimmick after all. I mean, I don't know. I will leave it up to you guys. Let's move on to the OS. Now you know the Samsung story, right? Where they had this miserable software which never got updates. But then the Samsung Experience and the One UI for premium devices came in and literally changed everything. It seems like the Redmi will soon become the old Samsung. I mean, look at the MIUI. It is like the worst nightmare of a stock Android user. It's blatantly unintuitive, lags all over the place and lots of bloatware. Also, you get ads on the pre-install apps, which is, it's just sad. The only good thing in the MIUI on the Redmi Note 7 Pro is that it is updated to Android Pie. So there's the adaptive battery, gesture navigation, which is by the way very tough to use on the MIUI phones, and some other features of the Android Pie. There's also the face unlock on the device. Of course, it's not secure and a little slow. One of the best features of the Redmi Note 7 Pro is the massive 4000 mAh battery. As you might have noticed, mine is a pretty heavy usage. I like to play hardcore games, play music most of the time, and Facebook scrolling has become my life. And even with all this, the Redmi Note 7 Pro does not disappoint even a bit. It gives like 6 hours of screen time in my normal usage, which is quite good. Also the device supports fast charging, so you can expect 100% of charge in around 90 minutes. So I think in conclusion, the Redmi phone is a brilliant device. Like it has the 48 megapixel camera, there's this huge battery, Snapdragon for gaming and a shiny eye-catching design. And all of this under the price of 14,000. So should you buy it? That would be a yes, because the Redmi Note 7 Pro is more like an all-rounder. Though there are things which keep it back like the MIUI or the lags, but overall it's packed with everything you would want in a 2019's budget smartphone. That's all for today. I hope you liked the video. Do give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below so that you don't forget any cool videos from us. Okay folks, see you later.